are back. Another week.
Woo!
Joe
Bob.
Briggs
Companion.
podcast.
Wow, 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 wow.
So I was feeling, down about this week. Just a little in the gutter. Just what are we doing?
Like with the pod, you
We
mean?
just started this podcast and it cancels the pod. The show.
Well, he doesn't cancel the pod.
The show.
The podcast is continuing.
For sure.
I think we did
So-
ourselves a service, which is the opposite of a disservice, right? By calling it the Joe Bob Briggs Companion Podcast and not the Last Drive-In Companion Podcast.
Oh, yeah. People
'Cause
are
wherever
really
Joe
were
Bob-
going to get hung up on that.
Wherever Joe
part.
Bob goes, we will follow.
It's true. So just so everybody knows, and they're going to see it in the title of this episode, we've decided to start at the beginning of season 7, the most recent season, the one that just ended. We're going to do this season because this season has the most episodes still available. The further back you go, the less episodes are available because I guess they've lost the rights.
Do you hear
to
that sound?
No.
Sorry.
Anyway, so they've lost the rights to the movies. So instead of starting from the beginning, season 1, we're just going to do season 7. And then possibly in the summertime or Christmas do themed marathons.
Definitely.
Backlog. And then also keep up to date with the new ones that he's doing. Again, there are 4 more coming. The next episodes you hear from us will be fresh Joe Bob marathon because it's April 24th is the marathon.
Love it.
So we're going to watch that. And those 2 episodes will be our May episodes.
Perfect.
And we will be back with our regular scheduled season 7 programming in June.
Perfect.
Okay.
A little bit of
MK
housekeeping.
And I are actually going on a trip in July, and I'm realizing we're going to have to double up in June, which is going to be interesting because we can barely manage the podcast as it is, and it's only 2 episodes a month.
Okay.
Most people do 4.
I know.
And then a lot of them do an ancillary 1 a week, meaning they pretty much do 8.
I mean, yeah, there are people who do multiple a week too, which is just
Let alone
insane.
that's just one podcast. Like,
Yeah.
I listen to a podcast where they do 4 a month plus 4 extras, and that other guy has another podcast.
That's crazy.
So he's doing 16 episodes a month.
The thing is these people are not doing it all themselves like we are. We are doing everything ourselves. We ask our mutant fam, if you are in the Tennessee area and want to intern, let us know.
You think some Belmont kids are listening to this podcast?
I hope so.
I doubt it.
Doubt it.
So listen, I'm revved. I'm ready to go. I think what you're hearing is possibly the
Yeah.
sound over there.
That's insane.
Do you want to move that?
I would love to.
That's really funny. What MK's hearing is there's a snare drum, and our voices are reverberating into the actual drum. I think if you just pivot it a little bit. Yeah. You're going to be good there. So MK is moving snare drums because, again, this is a music studio. But you know what? Now that we're actually recording, I'm getting a little bit of my life back. I do
we
love the
go.
pod. The
I
pod
love
is
the
good. I hope
pod.
people enjoy it. We're out here. We watched an episode to do this
Yeah.
for us and for you.
Yeah. The
The
listeners.
people, the listeners,
and the
you know.
viewers.
So here
And
we
today
go.
we're talking about the 1925 film, The Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, but I got a lot to talk about.
I know you do.
We went to go see, well, first of all, this past weekend in Nashville was the Horror and Tattoo Festival at the Ramada Inn by the airport.
the Sonesta.
The Sonesta Inn.
The
by
airport Sonesta. Yes.
And before that, there was a showing the evening before of Friday the 13th, Part 2, with Amy Steele and Lauren
Marie Taylor.
Marie Taylor. She plays the girl. Amy Steele is the final girl. Lauren Marie Taylor plays the girl who puts perfume on her pussy.
Yes.
She said
She talked about how she did not like the brown underwear.
Well, yeah, she
Which
thought the
is
brown eyes
really
were
funny.
more so. I thought it was interesting how she thought the perfume was going to sting.
Totally. And I'm sure it did.
Perfume on your pussy is going to sting?
Definitely. It's sensitive skin.
Should we be bleeping that each time? Your vagina.
Pussy's a powerful word.
Pussy is Pussy is a powerful word.
Word. There's literally this
Coming back, and have you heard?
this book called like Pussy Magic. And it's like about like reclaiming that word and the magic it has.
Pussy Wagon.
Right. Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we saw Friday the 13th Part 2, which is my favorite horror movie.
Of
I
all
love it.
time. Yeah.
It's cozy. campfire, cabin on the lake, just a masked murderer
Sexual
trying to kill everybody,
tension.
tits all the time,
Yeah,
bush, ass. You saw a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Hot people just
being hot.
doing their thing. I also forget about the scene every time I watch that movie where they go to the bar and there's just a dope bar band just playing, just ripping fucking tunes, bro. And they're just in there.
Wow. I did not like that.
Yeah, clip it. But I just love that. Like, I love those small town bars. Remember when we were skiing in Steamboat? Like a small town bar that's like packed with
so
people.
cozy.
I love
cozy.
that.
Yeah.
It's really fun when there's a small place and everyone in that place is at this bar. So like you recognize the same people every night.
Yeah.
If you live there, you know everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the movie. It's my favorite movie. And we saw them speak after the movie. And that's when she said that she was complaining to the director that
it was going to sting.
And anyway, there was a lot of stuff that Amy Steele was saying with how long a lot of the scenes were taking, how precise they had to be. And I just thought that is something that, I think, and I want your opinion on this. Like, did you go into acting knowing that if you were going to be a screen actor, there were going to be these extremely precise moments that took a lot of ramp up and a lot of very still preparation and waiting for like a 10-second experience?
Yeah, it's very technical. Screen acting is very, very technical. And I think with stage acting, which is ultimately what I was pursuing more, I mean, I was pursuing both, but I was always really into stage acting, and because I definitely was like a theater like purist when I was growing up, and I was like, you need uninterrupted time to like live and breathe in your character, and like a dream is to be in just like a two-hander play, where it's like just you and one other person on stage the whole time. So you really get to like live all of the colors like for that full 90 minutes. Whereas like if you did a two-hander movie, unless it's legitimately one take, which it's not going to be, it's going to be just stop, start. Like you're not actually like fully just like letting go of everything like for that moment.
So you weren't, to say when you were aware of what being a screen actor was like and you knew what a stage actor was like and you wanted to be a stage actor.
Yeah, because I thought it was easier to, once you're in the mindset, stay in the mindset. It's go time. There's a live audience. It's all happening. It's all happening now. Whereas with film, it is so
lines, though.
Stop, start. Yeah, but you learn how to do it. It's easy. My trick is I would write out everybody's lines, and then I would write out, I would write out all of my lines, and I would write out like just the first letter of every word of everybody's line. So then you just have like this weird looking thing.
What? Okay, well, past that. If any actors, just you may get that was gold. That was advice.
That's a lot of people.
I didn't understand any of that.
A lot of people do that.
So
did you actually not understand it, or
not
you
really,
just
but
like wanting
every
to move
letter
past
in
it?
front of the word
So
before?
like if my line is like, today I am tired.
Today
then
I am
write,
tired.
I would write today I am tired, and then I would do that with all my lines, and then I would go TIAT.
You'd acronym it.
And I would acronym every single thing.
That feels like a unique thing. That feels not non-standard.
That's like definitely a memorization technique that people do. I didn't come up with that for sure. Yeah.
So you didn't want to be a screen actor. Okay. I mean, because it looks very, like when Amy Steele was talking about it, honestly, she was like, this woman was like,
She was
of all,
awesome.
I thought she was going to be a haggard old broad. She looked fantastic.
Yeah.
She looked like this cool Colorado kind
She
of
was
like
so cool.
healthy, beautiful. She looked exactly like she looks in the movie.
Natural.
Just a little bit older, honestly.
Literally.
Like,
She's aged beautifully.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. It was crazy.
Yeah. And she had a popcorn and a beer.
a fucking beer. And she was just like eating this popcorn. She like has done a million of these things,
She walks in and she goes, "What'd you guys think? Does it still hold up?"
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, "Oh," and she goes, "What's your favorite part?" And she's like eating the popcorn, and people are like, "When you're the mom," and she's like, "Jason, mommy's talking to you," and just like dropped into her line.
I forgot about, oh my God, MK, that was so crazy when she did that.
So cool.
I thought that was so.
She knows what we want.
Yeah, exactly.
She knows what we
I was
want.
literally smiling ear to ear.
I'm grinning.
Can I also say this? I did think like, I was like, most of the people here look like your average horror fucking freaks. And I was like, we're in here looking hot as shit, just cool and fucking hot. And we were so happy to be there.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if they see how often they see cool, hot people.
Yeah,
And not
this is
like-
feeling judgmental, I gotta say.
No,
I'm gonna
not
flag
like
it for
we're
judgmental
hot. You're
and
saying
cool
because I'm judging that we're
Yeah.
hotter and cooler than them.
than everybody else.
Well, cooler is judgmental.
I think-
Hotter, I think, is not.
I think
that's
it's more
objective
so
fact. I'm
it's-
not even hot. These people are freaks.
Okay. I mean, I identify as a freak, but
Well, you listen to you blonde-haired, fucking 111-pound
What?
beauty queen.
that's, first of all, I weigh more than that. But... All right, what else you got to say? Because I have things I got to talk about.
Babe, I am telling you, we are gonna get to the end of this podcast and it's gonna be 52 minutes. Put the phone down.
Oh my gosh.
We are still not even. We're gonna talk about the entire thing we went to the horror festival.
Okay, love it.
You know?
I'm always so antsy.
Yeah.
How about I take the lead? I think I'll feel better if I'm in charge.
I don't think so.
I think I will.
Okay, well, here, how about this? Can I just let it off? We saw them speak.
Yeah.
It was really amazing.
It was awesome.
And then we went to the show the next day.
Yes. Well, we went to the day 2 of the convention. It was a
Yes.
3-day convention. The end of day 1 was a double feature of Frankenhooker and Friday the 13th Part 2. And then day 2 of the convention, we go
Those
to the...
were separate events.
No, it's connected.
Because, well, they had more movies, though, the second day as well. They were
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
It's all a part of the Full Moon. It's actually like the Full Moon Cineplex. They actually like run the festival.
No, yes. Okay, sorry.
When I bought tickets to Friday the 13th Part 2,
I 100% know what you're talking
it was
about.
a part of
Yes,
the festival.
because they were speaking there. I was just saying we went to there in Nashville. There's a place called the Full Moon Cineplex.
Yeah.
Our listeners do not know that. They have no clue.
Now they know.
I was saying the next day we went to the actual
Convention.
convention.
Yeah.
So there's a place in Nashville called the Full Moon Cineplex that's actually attached to a haunted house. And it is literally a rundown, like posters everywhere. They had on the wall, I'm not sure if you clocked this, they had probably 300 Star Wars
did.
figurines taped to the
Stacked.
wall.
Like,
All on the wall. I've never seen anything like it, like hanging up from the ceiling. And I mean, crazy posters. Everything was autographed as well.
it was awesome. So much memorabilia.
You know, and there's this guy like Dr. Octagon, or what's his name? The Nashville
Dr. Gangrene.
Dr. Gangrene. And he's kind of introing the movie, and we see the movie that night. And yes, then we see them speak, and the next day we go to the convention.
And it was amazing. You know, it was in 2 ballrooms. One ballroom was vendors, you know, different people with all of their horror merch that they're making, or, you know, I got these really cool Frankenhooker earrings. I still haven't seen Frankenhooker, but I know I'm going to love it.
Frankenhooker is.
Frankenhooker is it's a sex worker, or it's like it's like
A prostitute.
a prostitute. No, it's like literally like she's a hooker, but it's like, I don't even know. I haven't seen it.
They prefer prostitute once
It's like
they're dead.
sluts and bolts is like the tagline or something. It seems
Okay.
amazing.
Like
Brasco was
nuts
telling
and
me about
bolts?
it. Yeah, he was like, you're gonna love it.
Slut, nut, nuts and bolts, sluts and bolts.
It just seems like it's absolutely genius. And she was there. The original, you know, the Frankenhooker lady was there. I think her name is Patty Mellon. And I'm gonna put some respect on her name. And there were all of these actors. David
Patty
Arquette.
is such a crazy name.
David Arquette was there, which was amazing.
He was looking good. I was kind of sad for him. I was thinking about how like Courtney Cox isn't there. Like David Arquette, like, I mean, but they must make a bag though as well. And he's doing what he loves. He has to talk to fans.
Yeah, why be sad? He looked great. He
looked
great.
fantastic.
His
He's
line
probably
was
making a bunch of
packed.
money.
Yeah,
His line was packed.
it was awesome. Oh my gosh, we saw that random actor who is, I guess, in a bunch of horror stuff, but we have seen most recently in this latest season of The Pit.
Yep, this guy in the pit
That was exciting.
who's the motorcycle
Motorcycle.
mechanic in season 2
Yeah.
for Dr. Robbie is in a bunch of horror stuff and was in Nashville.
So
and I saw
cool.
him walking back from the bathroom.
So cool.
Yeah.
And that's so cool. He goes to the bathroom. And it was awesome. You know, Danger Zone Video was there. And we bought some cool tapes. Do you remember what you bought?
You know, I really don't actually. I bought a bunch of shit at that place. I don't really remember anything I bought.
Yeah. I feel like that kind of happens sometimes when you
Oh, I
when
bought
you start shopping.
I bought an Italian horror vinyl.
That was cool.
And I got a Silent Night, Deadly Night Christmas vinyl. And then I got a bunch of VHS tapes.
Yeah. You got some cool ones. I don't remember what you got, though.
I kind of forget.
Well, we'll have to dig in.
Yeah, for sure.
Very exciting. And there were definitely some panels and stuff as well, but we didn't attend any panels. We met up with some friends and did some shopping, obviously, and didn't pay to meet any celebrities, but we did see them.
Yeah.
And
I think you just need to see them there. You don't need to actually
get the photo
Yeah.
or the autograph.
No.
I don't know. That could be cool though. It could be cool that, you know, how we have these like Tom Cruise autographs. It'd be cool if like one day we're like there and Tom Cruise is there. Let's get him to sign it. You know, whatever.
Maybe. Topic shift. Toy Story 2. Are you aware that this movie got almost entirely deleted? 90% of the movie was deleted by a user error of one of the technicians on the project. Okay. And the only way it got
That makes me sick to my stomach.
saved. I knew. This is why I wanted to tell you the story.
Oh my gosh.
Toy Story
That
2
makes me
was literally
sick.
deleted. Everyone in the production studio was aware it was gone. 90% of the project. Someone had a backup drive, but then they found out that they had it. So there was this moment where they thought that the entire thing was gone, but then this random other technician found a backup drive.
So they told people.
With majority of the footage was saved. But it all got deleted from someone accidentally clicking two
Did they get fired?
things together.
They get fired?
They hit like M, like control and delete, but by accident.
Did they get
I don't
fired?
know about the fate of the individual who actually did it. Very likely they got fired.
That's brutal. Toy Story 2 is a good movie too. That would have been a bummer to have been gone. Oh my gosh. Plus back then too, it was like, I actually saw like a behind the scenes excuse me, a behind the scenes of the making of the original Toy Story. And it was really bizarre. And like, the old, like super fat, thick computer, like clicking through all of Woody's faces and like add the smile and click, it like seemed so archaic with like the way they were doing the animation.
Isn't it crazy that they lost 80% of all silent films? We learned that in this thing. It's like there's so much hard
work.
media out there.
So much work.
That has been completely lost and deleted.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, there's an entire library in Alexandria that held like the entire history of human knowledge.
Let's take it back.
That was burned to the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that insane?
That's absolutely insane.
I mean, hard copy media can just be destroyed. And what we have left is just like such a blessing. Honestly.
I heard about how, how we have those little SSD external hard drives.
Okay.
Apparently, every time you plug it in, it like, excites the like whatever molecules on the drive. So if you leave it unplugged for a while, they will eventually disappear. So this essentially was a PSA being like, hey, everybody, plug in your SSD things every so often, because if you don't, they will just go away.
Wow. Honestly, but the ones that you don't plug in for years, it's like, do I really need that shit?
Yeah, I guess.
If I lost all my music from like before 2015, I'd be like,
That's where like the cloud, at first I remember being like, what's the cloud? I don't want to be on the cloud. Now I'm like, put me on the cloud.
I want to put you literally in the cloud.
There's a Black Mirror episode about that. It's really interesting.
No, but like a cloud. And you'd
Cute.
get so snug.
That would be really snug.
Could you imagine?
I was just imagining like if I went like fishing off of it, it would be like the start of a Mario Kart game.
You'd find me.
The guys that like.
Yeah, you'd pull me up.
That'd be cute. It's crazy that, speaking of Mario, it's crazy that Stage 28, which was the Universal Studios, Universal Pictures.
Oh wow, way to fucking full circle this shit back together.
The Universal Pictures like historic place, and that's actually where they shot this 1925 Phantom of the Opera, is now where Super Nintendo Land is.
I was wondering, like, do you think that place was open because they said it was open as a tour back in like the 30s and stuff. Mm-hmm. Was it still a tour part of the Universal tour lot up until they closed it to renovate for Super Nintendo? I mean, don't look it up now.
I don't know. And Super
All right, well, look, as you look it up, I'll say this. I wrote down Ivory Brooches because I thought that Joe Bob's brooch was dope. But honestly, I don't really want to talk about that.
September 2014 is when it was demolished.
But was it a tourist attraction up until that point?
Yeah, that's
This
too
is why
much.
we gotta
That's
get-
too much to Google
This
right now.
is why we need an intern. Okay, can you
I'd
list
love
to
to do
me?
the Universal
I heard
backlot tour.
people do this on a podcast, and I was like, I want to know MK's opinion on this. And I think this is like not really related, but who's the Disney prince that you would want to fuck the most from top 3? You're also showing bare feet underneath this.
And nobody can see. They're framed out.
His bare feet.
So off the top of my head, Disney print. They have to be a prince specifically,
Well, like no character.
or just like
well, you can't like fuck a monkey.
to like the princess, like who's her? Okay, yeah. So I guess number 1 would be the guy from Mulan. I'm blanking on his name. Number 2.
That's very surprising.
Number 2 would be, I'm a basic bitch, like probably Prince Eric from Little Mermaid.
He's a hottie.
And then you know what? I would say I'm gonna bring in a new Disney princess,
Prince.
prince, but I would think the Rock's character in Moana, Maui.
Maui? These are all very surprising. Prince Eric's not surprising. I'm surprised you didn't say Aladdin. And I'm surprised you didn't say the guy from Princess and the Frog.
He's a handsome man. He's a handsome man for sure.
See, Moana guy.
I grew up on Mulan.
A
and, like,
lot of
loved
muscle for
it.
you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of man.
Yeah. Well,
And then
a
the
demigod.
Mulan guy, I just never seen you with somebody like that.
he's gorge. Okay. Who are your princesses?
I would probably fuck Jasmine first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tiana,
Mm-hmm.
and then probably Little Mermaid. Honestly, you know,
Ariel. As a
Yeah.
mermaid or as a woman?
You know, as a mermaid.
You like them scaly.
That's an interesting question. Do you think that mermaid men have dicks?
Mermen?
Yeah. Do you think mermen have dicks, and do you think that they secrete their semen into the water while the women kind of push eggs out into the water, and they meet in the water and kind of make? Because that's what fish do. Fish.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like they just do how fish
Fish
do.
squirt their sperm in the water while women squirt their eggs in the water, and they kind of meet in the water.
Yeah,
Do you think that's what mermaids do? Mermen and mermaids?
I do.
Really?
I mean, they're just
You think
dealing
they're
with fins
squirters?
and tails.
You think mermaids are egg squirters?
You know, I'm appalled at how you're speaking right now.
I'll tell you something. I'm finally like, now the podcast is getting
I hate
good.
it. No, it's not.
I feel like the podcast is just now honestly getting good. This was a good topic.
I'm glad you think so. You think we should just start the podcast here?
Well,
Welcome everybody
So,
to the Joe Bob
we're
Briggs
talking
Companion
about
Podcast.
mermaids and being egg squirters.
It's a little crazy, I feel like, to take a podcast prompt from somebody else's podcast and then just like throw it
Well,
into
I'll
our
tell you.
podcast.
No. It's
It's a little weak, babe.
no. They weren't talking
you're
about
like
any
that
of this.
guy
They
who's
honestly
like,
weren't talking about any of this stuff. We've taken this. We have elevated this
What did they-
beyond. They could have even.
They were talking
It was a very
about-
quick. Who's your favorite? No. It's honestly they were saying conceptually like who would your favorite Disney princess be, and I don't even believe they got into any type of list. I was just then like, oh, I'm gonna ask MK.
Yeah.
What her Disney princesses
I
are on
loved
the podcast.
Mulan growing up, and I thought like I loved their chemistry, and I loved that she was just like so badass, and like he like thought she was a boy for a while too, and
I
then
don't know.
she's like changing, or she like goes to like
You love stories
Bathe?
like that.
what?
You love stories when the girl pretends to be a boy.
What do you mean, like 12th Night? Like what else? What other stories are you thinking about?
And the Amanda Bynes movie.
She's the man.
Yeah.
Well, that's 12th Night. But
So
yeah,
you love 12th Night. You love She's the Man.
Mm-hmm.
You love Mulan.
okay. Two of them are like technically the same IP, so I feel like it doesn't count.
Well, you don't think Mulan is 12th Night influenced?
I don't.
Really?
I don't. I think Mulan is, she wants to bring honor to their family.
I don't really remember anything about Mulan once she gets to the army.
Oh my gosh, I'll make a man out of you. I mean, that's the best part of it.
No. And then, I remember she
And then
like,
they fight the bad guys.
yeah, I don't really remember that. at all.
Hello,
Yeah.
crazy.
And the bad guys are the Mongol Empire.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a little racist, I always thought. This painting the Mongol Empire is like really the bad
or
guys.
is it just like a historical thing?
You know what the thing is when an empire's on a fucking run, they always get made to be like looking like the bad guys.
Well, an empire can only be on a run if they are like pillaging and burning towns, right?
yeah, but they started out as an underdog and then they just started kind of like snowball effect
Slaughtering
into
people?
winning. Well, people were trying to slaughter them. There was a mutual slaughter constantly going on.
Yeah. All right, topic shift. What else you got?
I really want to keep talking about this though. I have nothing, MK. Guess what? We can get into the movie, I think.
Yes.
But
Okay.
I am telling you, 9 minutes.
You don't yell at me.
9 minutes have passed. Okay, 9 minutes. I'm being serious. I
Okay.
mean, maybe I'm joking. Not maybe I'm joking.
What?
I am joking.
Do you guys see what I have to live with every day? This is my husband.
I bet you 16 minutes has passed.
That's a really crazy. If our podcast is us being like, oh God, do you think we've talked enough now? Like it's like pulling
No,
teeth.
no.
I'm having a blast. Did I
struck
misunderstand you?
You struck a nerve.
Yeah. You feel misunderstood.
I feel misunderstood. I feel misrepresented. I feel misdiagnosed. I feel
Tell me how you feel.
mismanaged. I feel
Misguided.
misguided. I was trying to think of like, isn't there like a Miss something like pastry cake or something? Anyway,
Little Debbie's.
Little Debbie's. No. I was like Miss Makeup, Miss Maisie's.
Oh, like Mary Kay. Okay, I'd love to talk to you about. So this is a silent movie, and honestly, this was the first silent movie that I can remember watching. I know that I've seen clips of silent movies before, and I know that I understand what a silent movie is because I grew up watching Singing in the Rain. But I, from watching this with you, learned that you have never seen a silent movie either, nor do you really have any information kind of about the situation, right?
The situation.
Like of a silent film, like why they were silent, what's going on.
Well, they couldn't record sound.
They couldn't do synchronized sound, yeah.
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 So.
And when they showed these movies, they had a live orchestra there. Because they couldn't record any sound and like sync it to the movie. So this experience was originally people would have like Thomas Edison, I'm pretty sure, invented the original thing. And it was originally like truly like a private viewing experience. And you would sit there and you would crank the film yourself and watch the movie, right? Which is like such a crazy, exhausting way to watch a movie. And then they got to the point where they put theaters inside, right? And they made Nickelodeons, which I just learned today. I was like, wait, Nickelodeon? I grew up with the Nickelodeon channel. Nickelodeon is the name for an inside, like a theater, like a proper movie theater.
That's such a cool word.
And it cost a nickel to see a movie.
An Odeon is a theater.
Really? Mm-hmm. Or you just made that up?
No, it's a theater.
Makes sense. So a nickel theater. Perfect. And so then it was like, oh, we can all sit here and actually watch this like moving picture situation together, like somebody in the back's cranking the machine, or, you know, eventually then it's like an automated film machine. So what they did is they were like, well, people are just like talking and like nobody's really like paying attention. So they were like, let's get music in here. So they put in like organs and piano, and some of them would have strings and like all kinds of stuff. And that was like really how these movies were originally viewed. And you asked a great question when we were watching this movie about if they ever did live, you know, narration, like live ADR of like talking along with it. They didn't. But in Japan, there were these people called like benshis or something, I think is the word. And what that was is that was the person, it was one person, and they would narrate the entire movie. So it started out with they would just like read the title cards, the intercut title cards, the intertitles aloud. And then they would sometimes like say like the dialogue, but it was never like how we do ADR today, like really trying to like match the words like to what the mouths were moving. People just didn't really care. They got the gist, you know? And these were all like old vaudeville actors who were very exaggerating. So you get the idea of what they're, you know. Like there was one point in this movie when, like towards the end, when the Phantom was like doing this to her, he was like, this is good for our viewers. He was like, you know, and she just goes, and I'm like, okay, that means you're going to stay right there. And she's like, I'll stay right here.
I love that.
And there wasn't even like an intertitle, and then he left and she stayed there. And it's like, that's like universal of like, that's like what you do to a dog. Stay.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of body language that indicates things. Can I tell you, that was such an incredible fucking rant that you just went on. That might have been the most that you've spoken the entire podcast in a row.
Can I tell you how disinterested you looked the entire time?
No, I was literally on the edge of my
You
seat.
literally at one point looked at your nails. Like you literally at one point like went like this.
No, I didn't. I did my hand up here like this. I think you saw my hand up with my nail. I didn't look at that.
We'll watch it back. Comment
Well,
below.
either way, I was on the edge of my seat.
I'm
And I
glad that
think
I
my
kept it.
point is this too about it. I think really with the podcast, you're the one thinking about the time. My 9-minute thing was a joke about how you were trying to change the topic to get into the movie previously. And I was saying, hey, babe, even all of this time, this is only 9 minutes. And then I saw you didn't get my joke. And I was like, okay, well, it's actually probably been 16. And you were like, we shouldn't count the time. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not. So anyway, but I will say this, I think people want it to be as long as possible. So I will say, you were telling that story and I was like, I'm just going to listen to this because one, I just learned a fucking ton. I hope anybody else actually listening to this, like really absorbed all of that. I've always known the word Odeon and I didn't know, and Nickelodeon. I mean, you were just, when you said it back to me, I was just like, God, I've never even thought about that. I just thought it was like a cute word.
I didn't know that Odeon meant theater.
Well, like there's a place in New York called Odeon that's a theater. I mean, and I believe I just was aware that that's like there's like a Greek word for I think theater is Odeon. You seem disinterested now.
No, I'm listening to you, dog.
No, that's it.
Okay. I think growing up with Nickelodeon, it's like, why did they choose that name for the kids show? I think because they were just like, it's like cheap and like funny and like just throw a nickel at us. It's
I
like,
think that it started. We'd have to look at how Nickelodeon started.
yeah.
But I imagine that, yeah, maybe it was like cheap or short skits of things and small TV shows and, yeah, I am very curious. But we'll come back next episode with a little history of Nickelodeon, honestly.
I'm gonna get into that. I'll bet.
If you're lucky. But anyway, I just thought that was fascinating.
Oh, can I tell? I mean, I learned some more stuff. Do you want to learn some more stuff?
Bitch. Hell yeah.
So, let's talk about the fact that it was different colors. What did you think about that?
Well, that was very interesting. I mean, Joe Bob talked a little bit about that. I mean, the Technicolor and I forget the other technologies. Technicolor is the one that I've heard before, so I
Right.
remembered that one. But there was the use of a couple different film processing technologies. I mean, it all seemed rather, innocuous.
Well, the thing is so like when I think of a silent movie, I think of either sepia toned or black and white, right? That's like more so black and white. I think of like Charlie Chaplin, but like really he's like honestly doing that after talkies are happening. He's like still deciding to go silent with it, with like his humor and how he's doing everything. But what I learned when Googling today was, they did the processing of like, it was amber colored, which was like, I guess my brain was like, oh, this is like sepia tone. But it's like they did that, and that is to indicate that it's like bright in there. It's either daytime or like the lights are on. If it's blue, it's nighttime or it's dark in the room. If it's green, which if you noticed, Phantom of the Opera has anything below the opera house was green. That's to make it seem mysterious. And I think that's effective. And I think that's like still
I thought
to
it was
this day.
super cool. I thought it was super artistic, honestly, even though they're doing it for such limited reasons. I thought it was super cool. I thought that the ballroom scenes where you really only saw like the red.
That's when they did, like the
That
actual
was
color in color.
So
Everything else was just like the overall. There was
crazy.
like had a wash on it, and that was just cool because then you could see him, in his like red.
I'd love
as
to
the
know
Red
how you
Death.
could recreate that now. I mean, that'd be such a cool. It's a very cool effect.
recreate what
That effect
of where it's just
where it's like
like
slow motion and there's like this blurring.
yeah.
And it's only certain colors are popping. It's very unique the way it's done.
Yeah.
And you don't see much of it, honestly, probably because 80% of these movies are lost. Mm-hmm. I mean, Lon Chaney, what was it? They said he did 157 movies and 103 of them are lost.
That's insane. That's
it's
so tragic.
Crazy,
That's so tragic.
Again, to the freaks who didn't listen to the episode and are listening to this guy put like hooks in his nose, hit them with putty, put things in his mouth to keep it open, built a whole skull cap thing on his head. Really dedicated to this makeup role. as the Phantom of the Opera. I asked my sister, so I want to talk about this for a second. My sister was obsessed with Phantom of the Opera, and I am talking obsessed. You know this, correct? She dressed up for Phantom of the Opera. Do you know how many times?
Like 4 Halloweens in a row.
4 Halloweens in a row, maybe
Yeah.
5 Halloweens in a row. She saw the Phantom of the Opera on Broadway many, many, many times. She loved it. I asked her if she's seen this movie. She said yes, but not for a long time. We didn't really get past that, but I found it really surprising that she had seen this movie. I mean, even being as obsessed as she was, I was like, where did she get a copy of it? I mean, we learned today, like, it's a hard movie to even get your hands on. Really.
No, it's easy. You can just Google it.
You can just
It's just
Google
on
it.
the internet because it's public domain, so it's just out
But
there.
there wasn't the internet then. When my sister was a kid and into
Wow.
this, I mean, she wasn't. I mean, maybe it was at Blockbuster. I don't know.
Whoa. Oh my God. She didn't have the internet. I don't know where she got it.
There wasn't the internet, MK, when I was a kid.
I know. That's crazy.
I am 38. I mean, there was like, you had, I was probably 8 or so when like AOL comes out. Mm-hmm. So, AOL, though, you're not streaming movies. It's like just an email service and like a news page and like chat rooms.
Yeah.
Chat rooms where you
That's-
could like talk to, older dudes pretending to be girls. And I was underage at the time, so I was the one getting.
Did you actually have this happen to you?
What do you mean?
Did you talk to older men thinking that they were like also young women?
Well, I wouldn't know, MK. If I thought that they were young women, how
But
would
did you talk to like strangers on chat?
100%.
That's crazy.
Do you know what a chat room is?
I do. And I
Tell me what you think a chat room is.
I was on Omegle and stuff.
No.
growing up.
But tell you, that's not a chat room. That's Omegle. What do you think a chat room is?
I think a chat room is like a little pop-up that's like on your desktop and you can like sign in and then if they know your username, you can just be chatting.
No. They don't need to know your username. You would go into a box on your screen and there'd be like a chat happening. Mm-hmm. Like a chat like when you're on Twitch or Kick, like people are talking one after the other. It's not as fast, but it could be. And there's a list of everybody in that chat room. And you could just message anyone in that chat room.
But you could join different chat rooms.
There were thousands of chat rooms.
Yeah.
For all sorts of different topics. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes, you would just go into a chat room. There'd be like
horrifying.
anywhere from 10 to 100 people in the chat room.
Yeah.
And then you just start saying something. You'd be like, hey, 16F NYC here. And they'd be like, oh, you're a 16-year-old girl? And I'd be like 9 years old. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm a 16-year-old girl. This is a dark part of the podcast.
Yeah, this is getting dark.
This is where the podcast is real. It's getting good again.
No, it's getting dark. I'm concerned.
I feel like we should
Okay.
clip that whole part up until.
You can't think in clips, babe. The clips will come to us
No.
afterwards.
First of all, I'll clip that.
No, you can't just say clip it and it'll be clipped.
We're gonna clip this whole thing.
The whole
This is
podcast
a
will be a
clip.
clip. This is a clip happening.
This is a clip. You're in it right now. Okay. Do I have any notes? Can I read you the run through of the whole movie?
Oh my God, I would love.
I know you're gonna fucking love. You love it when we get to it because that just means we're one step closer to the end because you're just fucking counting the seconds.
What are you talking about?
You love the
You're the
podcast.
only. We'll watch
Guys,
it back.
this is an
You were speaking.
Phantom enters the opera house. There's sketchy sale going
Faster.
down. They sell the book. They sell this place and they reveal that there's a ghost in box 5. These two guys who kind of bought this place, they go investigate box 5. Everybody at this point kind of starts to see the Phantom. It's like these ballerinas start to notice him. This like kind of crew in the back starts to notice him. We meet the old crew guy who kind of starts to describe the Phantom. who's holding a freaky severed head. It was, I thought, like really cool. Honestly, if it was a prosthetic head, it was one of the best prosthetic heads I've ever seen.
Well, it wasn't a real head.
Well, I can't, but I was like, maybe it's like someone laying it. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Phantom wants Christine to sing at the opera. Main girl gets ill. Carlotta. Christine sings at the opera. Raoul wants to marry Christine. She loves the opera and doesn't want to marry Raoul. Phantom reveals that he helped Christine get the part. Phantom demands that Christine sing again. Marguerite, who's playing Carlotta, sings.
No, Carlotta is playing Marguerite.
Oh, okay. Marguerite, played by Carlotta, sings anyway. Christy tells Raoul to never reach out again. The chandelier falls down. Phantom comes for Christine. Raoul watches her go into the mirror. The Phantom greets her and takes her to the underground lake, then to his lair. Shows her the spot, kind of a little MTV tour thing. She realizes he is the Phantom. She faints. She wakes up in a beautiful room. Phantom is playing the organ. Face reveal. He is very ugly. They make some kind of slave master agreement, which I wasn't understanding, to allow her to leave. They then, he's in the red death mask, shows up to the party. Raoul and Christine conspire to escape together. Phantom overhears them. And what is one of those beautiful scenes on the rooftop? She knows, the Phantom knows. The crew discovers dead body. Christine is singing an opera. Phantom kidnaps somebody. Ledoux, the secret police guy, helps Raoul find Christine. Phantom is super pissed at Christine. Raoul and police come for the Phantom. Phantom goes underwater, kill Raoul's brother, traps Raoul and police guy in the heat furnace. Crowd comes for Phantom. Raoul and police guy escape. Phantom makes Christine marry him or die. Phantom saves the guys. The crowd rushes in on Phantom's lair. Phantom escapes. Crowd catches him, beats him, and throws him in the river. Movie ends.
Dun,
You know,
dun, 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 dun.
Whoa. Is that the song, by the way, for like all of them?
Dun, 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 dun. No, that's just Andrew Lloyd Webber. In dreams he comes to me, in sleep he's on.
Oh, is that?
And the Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. That's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Clip it. I've heard that song before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that before.
And then he's like, sing for me. And Christine is like, and then he's like, sing for me.
Oh my God, my sister.
And that's when all the like teenage girls are like, sing
my
for
sister's
you.
crazy. My sister loved Wuthering Heights and Phantom of the Opera. She had like a weird thing.
Look, she liked the bad boys. You know?
Yeah.
So
But she's such a goody two shoes.
yeah, clip it. I just start saying clip it. I'd like to address a few things about the synopsis. One, I thought it was interesting that we learned. So I didn't realize that Phantom of the Opera is based on a book.
That was released in serial form in a newspaper.
Love that. That's like how they did all the good stories back in the day.
Well, no, I don't know if that's necessarily true.
It is.
Well, people published books. What do you mean by that statement?
I mean, like, you know, all of the like big epics that you read in like a, you know, a Gothic literature class or like a Jane Austen class or like the shit I studied in college. Every time they were like, this book, Vanity Fair by William Thackeray, was originally published as a serial in newspapers. And you're like, okay, you know.
Okay. I didn't know that about Vanity Fair. I wouldn't think that about Jane Austen, but hey.
I don't think that was the case with Jane Austen, but I just remember William Thackeray with Vanity Fair in particular.
Thackeray. You're leaning into that one. Vanity Fair, William Thackeray was published in magazines. I mean, Edgar Allan Poe stories were, short stories were, but long form novels, I mean, were, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. It is an interesting, I wouldn't say all of the great ones were done that way, but it is interesting when something was done that way. And honestly, you still remember today. I think that's like more so rare than the norm. Like I think tons of stuff was.
Tons of stuff was.
Yeah, put out like, what do you mean? What?
Tons were?
To-
Sorry.
We're ending the podcast right now.
I'm sorry.
Do you have any other point to the grander scheme of things?
I wanted to talk about the chandelier dropping.
Well, no, we were just talking about the cereal thing. Chandelier dropping it is.
No, I don't have anything more to say about the cereal thing.
Chandelier dropping. Someone actually died in Paris because of that.
Wait, really?
That's what Joe Bob said.
Oh, I missed that part. Do you understand the significance of that? Like, did you know when you thought of Phantom of the Opera, did you think of the chandelier dropping?
No.
When you thought of Phantom of the Opera, what did you think about?
Just a guy with half a face.
Okay. I definitely thought about the chandelier because that's always a thing with productions of Phantom of the Opera, of the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical version. It's always like, how are you going to do the chandelier, you know? And I literally just like on Reels recently, like a couple weeks ago, saw a reel of some theater company somewhere, I think in Australia, and they're preparing for their production of Phantom of the Opera. And the chandelier, you know, starts, it's over the audience the entire time. But before the show starts, they don't want to reveal the thing. So they have like a cloth like under it. And then they have this mechanism where they like can like click it. And then the chandelier like eats the cloth and it like reveals the chandelier. Yeah, it's like chandelier reveal. And I watched this reel like 6 times because I was like, where's the cloth going? How's it doing? Like it was magical, you know? And then there's always a thing of like, how's it going to drop? And then there's always a thing of in high school theater productions of Phantom of the Opera, it's always a joke of like, you know, somebody's, first of all, they're singing it like 3 octaves down. So it's like, sing for me. And Christine's like, ah. And then the chandelier, somebody's like holding it, you know, and they like push it. It's, you know, it's always like the funny, memeable version of like the poor man's version of like, how are you going to do the chandelier in Phantom of the Opera?
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it's pretty epic seeing it in this movie.
Yeah, they just dropped it.
They did a great job.
They just put a chandelier and they just let it go.
They went, boop.
Drop.
I was really impressed by how big the wides were of this movie. Like how, the scale, like how much they were able to capture, like how much space they had. And I guess that was all in the soundstage of
Insane.
of stage 28. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I agree.
That's so impressive.
Absolutely fucking crazy.
So impressive.
Totally.
I can look at my notes unless you have something.
No, what do you mean? Do you want to go to your trades?
Oh, that's all for the movie?
No. Unless you have something else to say.
I didn't really take note. Oh, I thought it was interesting that since it's based off of a book, you know, there's obviously like so much to be jam packed into the story, and I'm not familiar. I really don't know Phantom of the Opera that well, like the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. So I knew about Raoul and Phantom and Christine, and that it takes place in the opera house, you know, but I didn't really know this like Parisian or the Persian or the whatever, you know, the secret policeman. And it was interesting hearing about all of the changes they made with that. And then even how he had, what did Joe Bob say? A 4.5 hour version of it that then they cut down. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
22 reels down to 10 reels.
Oof. Nuts.
Yeah.
All of that footage.
Gone.
Poof. All of that work.
It's crazy.
It just poof. I will say though, it makes for just like, you know, it's a tight, like 75-minute movie?
It's definitely easy to watch. It's definitely short. I mean,
Yeah.
Joe Bob talked a lot during it to fill time.
Which I prefer a Joe Bob heavy episode, personally.
100%.
You know, I mean, it depends on the movie, I guess, if I'm like, but I could never have too much Joe Bob, I think.
Totally.
You know? Well, what did you think of Phantom of the Opera? What do you rate it?
I loved it. I would honestly give it 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was great, especially for being so old.
101 years old.
It's insane.
There were a couple times you were like, why does this look so bad?
I mean, I was making a bit, though.
I know. It was funny. I saw on the Wikipedia page, they had like 2 versions, like just available just to watch, like embedded on the Wikipedia page. And one of them was like 22 frames per second and one was 24 frames per second. And so I thought it was interesting that there's even just like variables of that, you know.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would do.
I have no idea either.
No idea.
But it's different. That's all I know.
Here, I have to pee for a second. And we're back.
We are back.
22 frames, 24 frames, 26 frames.
Neither of us know the difference.
It's all groovy to me.
Numbers.
Okay, look, what do you give Phantom of the Opera?
I was really pleasantly surprised. I think if it had been any longer, it would have been like, meh, but Lon Chaney was fantastic. I loved the spooky vibes. The music was epic. I think I also give it 4.5. I'm going to say chandeliers. 4.5 out of 5 chandeliers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was 4 chandeliers.
Yeah, 4.5.
So
5.
for everyone who's managing our wiki,
Right.
that's just want to make sure we make
Right.
that
I
clear.
said also. Sorry. I meant
You're gonna give 4.5.
I'm doing 4.5.
gonna
Yeah.
Okay. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought Joe Bob was also extremely inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Some young kid wrote a letter about
Oh my God.
being nonverbal and how
so
he and his
sweet.
mother watched the show and how he just was like, I am a freak like you and I feel very connected to this family and this community.
Yeah.
And Joe Bob was like, some of us speak too many words in order to be able to speak for those who don't have any.
So sweet.
And it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. in my
Joe
life.
Bob is just like a good person.
He's like a beautiful orator though. He
Yeah.
could run for political office.
He's gifted with words.
yeah,
for sure.
He's got the gift of gab.
He said, gift of gab. That's good. You have the gift of gab too. He said, homeless in the world, but at home with each other. Thought that was so beautiful. And that's where ultimately, all jokes aside, like if we're cooler or hotter than the other people that were at the Friday the 13th Part 2 screening, the point is we also feel like outsiders at time. And in that moment, in that theater, we were all just like, whoa, like united together.
I was doing a bit. I am not cooler or hotter than anybody. I'm a disgusting troll monster
Well, I disagree with that.
who
but
has
I'm,
the anxiety levels of your everyday fucking game cave dwelling, basement living, D&D dungeon master nerd. So,
And I married you for all of those reasons.
you damn fucking straight. Oh God.
Oh, are you getting a phone call in the pod?
It's Brasco.
Oh, do we want to put him on the pod? This is
Hold
our
on.
first call-in guest.
Brasco, you're on the podcast with me and MK.
Hello, podcast.
How do you have anything to say to our community?
And who's the community? Is Constantine when you bully him?
Who's the what? What'd you say?
I said, is it Constantine when you bully him to watch it?
No. Constantine doesn't even know about this.
Okay. By the way, just so everyone knows, I don't know what side John's showing. I usually try to get a hit in before he hits me. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be a butt of a joke, so that's why I had to hit him.
No, you're not a butt of the joke. You're on our beautiful podcast.
You're the first guest.
You're our first guest.
Oh, whoa, this changed everything.
Yeah, this is a huge deal, buddy.
Maybe we'll call you back in a minute.
Should we
What are
do?
you guys talking about right now?
We're talking about the 1925 Phantom of the Opera horror movie.
Wait, which one? The 19... Oh, the silent film with Lon Chaney on it.
Yes, have you seen it?
Of course, I watch it all the time.
Brasco, you're literally the perfect guest. What do you give it out of 5 stars?
For the time or in...
In general.
It's pretty short, so that's what gives it a high rating because it takes a long time to get to it. Give it 5. What am I doing?
5 out of 5?
I gave
a
it-
perfect movie?
Out of the silent films, it's definitely up there at the top.
Okay, look, MK gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I gave it a 4 out of 5. You give it a 5 out of 5. You heard it here, folks. Brasco.
5 out of 5, and the only other black and white I give a 5 out of 5 is featuring Lon Chaney's son, Lon Chaney Jr. in The Wolfman, 1939, or is it 45?
Brasco.
Brasco, you are like the perfect guest for this episode.
Can I make a suggestion to your community?
Yes.
Watch the Hammer horror version of Phantom of the Opera. That's in color. I believe it's 62. It's the 1962. Is the Hammer horror version. There's no music in it, and there's not much background music. So if you can get past that, it's one of the more visually striking ones you can watch.
Wow.
Amazing.
Brasco,
I can't- that's
fucking
amazing.
love that. Well, look, dude.
You're talking to a monster head right now.
Yeah, you are. He's a monster
Dude,
boy.
I love it. Listen, we are literally about 5 to 10 minutes done from the end of this. Can I call you right back?
Sounds great. And then we can talk about Masters.
Yes, well, I'm going to have to bleep.
Yeah.
We're going to bleep that.
We'll bleep that. We'll bleep that.
But yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, bye.
You'll never know what they're talking about. Okay.
So trades.
That was exciting. That was an exciting call.
That was a great way to end the topic of the movie. We loved it. We all loved it. Lon
It's
Chaney
great.
was a legend. Joe Bob was so insightful. I thought I was going to hate it because it's a silent film.
Me too.
And
I saw
silent films are like
1925.
fucking boring. And in the
Yeah.
beginning, I was like, this looks terrible. But like, it was beautiful and it's like a
Great.
great movie and it's an iconic character and it's super cool to see the beginning of that. And honestly, for all of that, it was actually like a pretty good movie.
Entertaining. Yeah.
So
it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some exciting trades. First of all, we saw a trailer before we saw Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
Do you remember what it was?
There were
and
some
it's-
bad ones. There were some good ones.
It's
I
a
forget.
horror. It's the next Minions movie
Love
is
it.
a horror movie. It's Minions and Monsters.
Oh, right. Yes. I forgot. That looked so sick.
The Minions are doing a monster movie.
That's crazy.
How do we feel?
Well, because it makes a lot of sense because they work for bad guys. So they needed to get some bad guys.
But it's such a great premise too. Like the minions are actors and they're fighting, and then they have to summon monsters to fight in these movies. It's like meta.
I don't know if I caught all that in the trailer. Wow, that's
Oh
beautiful.
yeah. It's like meta. It's interesting. It seems hilarious, and it's a monster movie. They were like scared and like being like woo.
I'm sorry. I'm just like thinking about it now so in
I
depth.
can't wait.
I actually might need to go inside after this and watch the trailer. Okay, well look, that's
exciting.
Trade number 1, huge.
Coming soon. Can't wait.
Love that.
That's like
clip it.
the fact that the minions are making a monster movie. I just
That was I remember being in the theater and we were bugging.
we were freaking out.
I remember the edible was kicking in.
It was exciting. Okay, second trade. Spielberg.
Okay.
Recently, in an interview with Empire, the director was asked about the current state of horror, and he said, quote, this is Steven Spielberg. He said, quote, "I haven't directed a horror film yet, and I've always wanted to, and someday I may. But there have been so many great horror films out already that satisfy the itch." And he's goes on
About
to
you?
speaking about MK Cop's Slay, if you could believe it.
Crazy.
I know. No, he actually was talking about weapons, and he was like, I saw Weapons. It was really scary, and I was like, oof, I don't know if I should make a horror movie because they did it.
That's fucking bullshit.
But the fact that he doesn't see Jaws as a horror movie is interesting to me.
Jaws is a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy for that. He has made a horror movie.
But how exciting for Kreger. I mean, to
He's
have,
also, I would say, War of the Worlds has some horror
I mean,
elements.
when I was a kid, E.T. was
We're
a horror
gonna go
movie.
see War of the Worlds on 35mm at our local independent movie theater.
Can't wait. Yeah, that's coming up. I'm excited about that. I've never seen it.
You've never seen
I've
it.
never seen it. I love that I have to ask
I have
you.
this feeling that maybe you saw it like in theaters with your family as a kid, and I have this feeling maybe when we're watching it, you'll be like,
What year did it come out?
it would have been like 2008 or 9 or 10 even.
Really?
could
That
have been
feels
like
late.
13. I bet you were anywhere from like 12 and 14.
I probably didn't see it. Maybe my dad showed it to me. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Yeah, Spielberg talking about horror.
Do you ever go to the movies with your family?
We would definitely do that at holidays for sure. And
Well, this was a big holiday movie.
oh well, then maybe we did. But my mom,
Actually,
growing
no,
up,
it's probably a summer movie.
my mom liked happy movies. She didn't want it to be scary.
So something called War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it's a little frightening sounding. Literally has war in the title, World War in the title.
Okay, trade number 3.
Heart Eyes 2 is in the works.
I don't remember Hard Eyes 1.
Heart Eyes was the Valentine's Day killer.
Yeah, but I don't really remember it. Some of these movies, dude, unless I watched them like 3 times, like I don't fucking remember shit.
That's fair. That's fair. Heart
Like
Eyes
that-
was fun. We
I-
liked it. We enjoyed it.
You know what movie I've been loving, and I'm going to say this really to the pod mainly, but is Night of the Reaper. I've been watching it kind of over and over, and Terrifier 2. I've been watching Night of the Reaper and Terrifier 2 for kind of scoring inspiration
For The Witching.
for The Witching.
Yeah.
And I think they're great movies.
Yeah.
I think Night of the Reaper's sick.
Night of the Reaper is one that I've seen once that hasn't really imprinted in my brain.
There's like a videotape of this guy killing people in the town, and the cop is kind of like watching these tapes, slowly trying to figure out who the killer is, and people are dying in the town.
Love it. That's
And-
awesome. It's an awesome premise.
Yeah.
Night of the Reaper. Well, Hard Eyes 2, I thought it was interesting because it's a Valentine's Day thing. And with that, they tried to hit a lot of like rom-com tropes. Like they're it's a classic blending of genres, like we're trying to do with Slay, you know, make it feel like a Christmas movie until it's a horror movie. So I was reading this thing, and the writer director of Hard Eyes 2 was talking about, he's like, I want the Hard Eyes killer to be dropped into like any type of rom-com, you know? So they kind of see it as like, there's tons of different kinds of rom-com tropes, therefore tons of different circumstances the Hard Eyes killer can be in. So they seem to be excited about it and having fun with the genre bending. So
It's interesting to
I
talk
will be
about Slay
seated.
as a Christmas movie. Even though it is a Christmas movie, I kind of don't see it as a Christmas movie. I see it as a horror that takes place like during Christmas. You know, like
I think it's a Christmas movie. It's one of those, and we've talked about, you know, there's like romantic Christmas movies, there's family Christmas movies.
yeah. So like what type
and
of
there's
Christmas movie?
movies about like commercialism and like consumerism.
Well, no, all of them are about consumerism, and then they are about those other things. There's like a romance version of that consumerism. There's a
I don't
family.
know if like The Holiday is about like consumerism. The Holiday is like romantic and family, I think.
The Holiday with Cameron Diaz.
And Kate Winslet.
Neither of them experiences family of any kind,
Well, Cameron Diaz falls in love with Kate Winslet's brother.
but they're not together. So Kate Winslet is not having a moment of family.
Well, and then there's
Like that's the romance.
then that's romance, but then there's the older man that Kate Winslet like befriends, and that feels like chosen family vibes.
I will agree with you that the movie is not about commercialism and capitalism, but I also don't think it's about those things.
Yeah.
The Holiday is a weird movie that kind of stands out. That stands out there on its own. The Kate Winslet part of that movie to me makes no sense. Like it's insane.
Like her befriending the old man.
Well, yeah, she's befriending the old man, and then this man's being like honored 2 weeks later at some writers forum that like.
Well, no, they've been trying to honor him for a while. And
Yeah.
he's like, they won't. And she's like, you should go.
But you think those things would take like a little bit longer to like set up and have his approval for before they can like actually enact it. I just think that whole part of the plot is like very rushed and doesn't really make any actual sense. And this movie
Yeah, I don't entirely
totally
disagree.
relies on the Cameron Diaz in England part of it. Like
With
you
the
could
Jude Law.
honestly get rid of the Kate Winslet in LA.
Well, you do have charming performances by Jack Black, though.
You have one scene in the blockbuster where Jack Black is like, what movie do you want to watch? We can watch this movie that has a soundtrack that's like, like, and he does this little Jack Black thing, and it's like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Like, I don't know. The Holiday is interesting. I mean, look, I think that some of these movies, I think these are all, you know, the whole Christmas movie trope thing, I think a lot of them are about, yeah, family, you know, and family like coming together. Or it's like, yeah, like romance, like the Lindsay Lohan ones and stuff. You know, I guess the romance part is something that's...
That's what?
That's part of Slay,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that the family part really...
Well, I've been writing the script, and there's a lot of
Okay.
talk of family. Hello. Well, hey, this is
I just
actually...
don't look at it as a Christmas movie. I guess that's my point. Is I just didn't look at it as a Christmas movie, really.
Yeah. Something that our Lord and Savior, Jason Blum, has said, Blumhouse, is that the best horror movies, like, you would watch them if there was no horror in them, right? So it's like, what kind of movie is it? Is it a drama? Is it a romance? Is it a holiday movie? Is it a this movie? Is that movie? This movie? And then there's horror in it, you know? And I've kind of taken that, you know, as scripture.
Yeah, like, I mean, but then what kind of movie is Scream? A mystery?
Scream is a coming of age teen drama.
Okay. Do you think they're coming of age?
Yeah, I think they're high school. I think they're burgeoning sexualities, coming to
I think
terms
it's a
with her
mystery
mother's.
movie. Is what I would say. If like that's his point is like it's a genre. What genre is it? I
Yeah.
would say it's a mystery movie.
Yeah.
I can't imagine You know, I don't think it's really about like the Goonies, like where they're like all like walk. I mean, there's so many of them end up dead that I don't know who's coming of age. You know?
Ain't nobody's coming past graduation.
Yeah, like
Wait, okay, this is actually a perfect segue to another trade. May I move on?
like yeah, but a lot of these, I'm just thinking about a lot of these horror things. Like a lot of them are mysteries. I mean, I think Jason Blum is maybe that's like what are famous Blumhouse movies?
Oh my gosh, I mean, so many. Are you going to put me on the spot right now?
Like I don't know, you know, like The Purge. I would say each Purge movie like is about something, right? Like one Purge movie is about keeping the woman who's president or something safe, right? Mm-hmm. And they get attacked in their townhouse, and she has to like go through the city at night with just her bodyguard.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a political thriller.
It's like almost a political thriller.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, then in the other like Purge movie, it's like about that convenience store guy
Mm-hmm.
just trying to defend his store throughout the night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each movie is about a very specific thing with just the Purge happening around it.
So we have Get Out, Megan.
Terrible, terrible.
Whoa.
What is the story of Get Out if not the horror? If you took the horror out of Get Out, how would
I
that movie
think
be
it's-
enjoyable?
Well, it's a family, like, it's like a look who's coming to dinner.
It's kids going home
Yeah, it's
to meet
it's-
the in-laws.
And yeah, it's when you go meet the in-laws. Like, look who's coming
It's a
to
kid meeting the in-laws.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be a comedy without the horror, honestly.
It's dramedy. Yeah, because it's like really kind of related to race still. It's like Look Who's Coming to Dinner, right? Isn't that what the name of the movie?
Yeah, but I don't know about really too many dramas about that. But I guess it would be. I mean, it would be either a drama or a comedy, or I guess some type of
It's a
dark
dramedy.
comedy.
Yeah,
of
dark comedy.
Both.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't, if you took out the horror, that would have to be how you play it, I guess. And then Megan, I don't really remember. I guess it's about a girl who gets a doll or something. I forget the first Megan.
AI.
Yeah. Well, no, but what is it about? How do they get it's about the mom and
Well,
I
what's her face?
forget.
Allison Williams is the aunt of the little girl. The little
Right.
girl's Katie. Her parents are killed in a car accident,
right.
and the aunt has to take her into custody. So it's like a family drama. And she's like not ready to be a mom, and so then she's developing this AI toy. So then
So
she just
it's the
is
mom
like gives it
taking
to her.
it's a new single mom taking care of a young girl. Insert horror.
Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but
Well, no, what other movies? I'm curious.
Ouija, Speak No Evil, Drop, Freaky, Paranormal Activity, The Black Phone. They have Halloween, the new one, Split, Oculus, Black Phone 2,
Okay, I mean his
Creep.
his advice is interesting. I would say
Happy
it's
Death Day,
not necessarily across the board there with all of those movies, but
The Visit, or even like Relic. Like Relic is a family drama,
yeah,
but it's a horror movie, but it's a family drama.
Yeah.
Like I would watch it as a family drama. It'd be bleak. The horror at least makes it like a little more palatable.
I kind of always saw Slay, I guess, like kind of like a mystery.
Yeah.
And
And it very much is.
Scooby Doo.
It's a Christmas mystery.
It's like a Scooby Doo.
It's a Christmas mystery. Instead of a Christmas miracle.
What's your next trade? Yeah, Christmas mystery.
Okay, well, since we're back on, I was going to segue to it, but I'll segue now on the Christmas of it all. Eli Craig, that name means something to you.
No.
Clown in a Cornfield.
Okay.
Tucker and Dale versus
Yeah,
Evil.
he's that Canadian guy, or he's a California guy who makes them in Canada.
He's making a holiday horror called White Elephant.
Okay. Love that guy. He was on Joe Bob.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
So he's making, it's like a contained
I
horror.
try to get a meeting with that guy.
With Eli Craig?
Yeah.
He's busy making his own shit.
No, just get take a meeting with him. He could produce something.
Yeah. Eli Craig, if you're listening, we love you.
He's listening. He's actually a huge fan. He's been tweeting.
He's
at me.
one of the 11 viewers.
He's in my DMs like crazy.
So speaking of
You
coming
should
of,
follow him on Instagram later. See what happens.
I will. Speaking of coming of age,
Okay.
back to that. Lord of the Flies is coming to fucking Netflix.
Okay, why are you bugging?
I'm bugging because it's Lord of the fucking Flies.
Why do you care?
Because I read that shit in school like everybody else.
What do you know about Peggy?
Bro, literally, I was scrolling through trades and I saw a sweet little boy and I was like, is that Harry Potter? And I go, it's Piggy. And I click it and it's
I don't think that's that crazy that they're making a Lord of the Flies adaptation.
Oh my God. Well, can I tell you, I watched the trailer. It looks fucking amazing. And it's the creator of Adolescence, which I didn't see and neither did you, but
Okay.
I watched all of the behind the scenes shit about it and I know about it. And like this guy knows how to work with kids. Okay. He knows how to get young boys to deliver performances of a freaking lifetime. So it is going to be an insanely thrilling, horrifying adventure.
We used to at camp go in our cabin. There's probably 12 kids in our cabin, maybe 10 to 15 kids. And we'd go on these camping trips, and sometimes we went to these islands, and we would, like, groups of like 8 of us, we would take off all of our clothes. This is at like 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old. Take off all of our clothes and run around the island, sprinting over jagged rocks on the wharf of the ocean. So it's like they're slippery from the high tide.
Yep.
And they're huge. You've been up to Maine where we've walked on those coastlines. It's
crazy.
Those big, massive rocks.
Yeah.
And we're running full sprint, barefoot, ass naked with sticks in our hands, just running from rock to rock to rock to rock to rock.
Sticks in hands. Are
jumping.
you like hitting each other with the sticks?
Like spears. And like, no, like not
Playing
hitting
Lord
each
of the
other,
Flies.
but basically like kind of doing Lord of the Flies. And then we would like sit and all watch the sunset together naked.
That's amazing.
And then we would like run back to the camp and the counselors would be like, can you guys please put clothes on? And we'd be
So
like,
funny.
yes, sure.
It's so it's like thinking about those kids crashing on that island. Like they would.
It's
it
not
would,
surprising
It
to
would
me.
fall. It would
It's
devolve.
not surprising to me that all that it gets into the situation that it does, because I spent a day, 2 days on an island, and as a kid at that age, and you just very quickly go wackadoo.
Is there one kid that always is like, "Let's do this, boys," or is it just like group think and it's all happening at
Take
once?
your clothes off now.
Yeah, or is it all happening at once?
Yeah, it was me, and I was always like, we gotta take our clothes off.
Okay. Okay. So this is really exciting. There are two.
First of all, we're gonna clip it.
There are 2 Evil Dead movies in the works right now. One of them
Craziness.
is currently filming in New Zealand,
Okay,
and that would be Evil Dead Wrath.
craziness.
And it's written and directed by that guy that Anna was telling us about, who wrote and directed his debut feature was like Last Stop in Yuma County. Sam Raimi and squad saw that and they said, this kid knows how to tell a damn story. And he was given the golden ticket from Mr. Sam Raimi to make Evil Dead Wrath. So that's filming right now. That's exciting. And that's already like, it's been, I think, like 3 years since the last Evil Dead movie. And so that's already, people are excited. That's like a quick follow-up. But it's going to be an even quicker follow-up with Evil Dead Burn coming out right after Evil Dead Wrath.
You're gonna get the call.
For Evil Dead Burn?
100% for the no.
for Evil Dead.
Dead.
Evil Dead Worm.
Evil Dead Rise Again.
Evil Dead Rise Again. Evil Dead. You know what? I'm going to work on my Evil Dead pitch because I want to be ready.
Evil Dead Rise Again. You know what I was thinking?
When
though?
that email comes in.
I think we could do a Phantom of the Opera movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like some type of adaptation of the story, like of a man who's been, made into be a monster and who's scaring everybody. Maybe like a horror movie from the perspective of the killer, like of Jason. Like some type of Jason, like a Friday the 13th meets, I'm having this idea now, we do our Friday the 13th pitch as a Phantom of the Opera inspired movie meets 12th Night.
Meets 12th Night, so there's cross-dressing.
Yeah. So like
I'm
this
intrigued.
girl is pretending to be a boy, and then this falls in love with a Phantom of the Opera-esque serial killer,
Okay.
and they have gay love, but she's actually a girl.
Okay.
And when the guy finds out, he freaks out and kills everybody.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. That was just off the top of your head.
And you hang dong
Always.
at some point in the movie.
Always. You got
Okay.
it. You got to hang dong. That's it. Those are all the trades.
Okay.
So we're going to end on that note.
Listen, it was a good pod. I think it was interesting coming back at it, not knowing our goal. But now that we're here, it's the beginning of season 7. We're going to go through the rest of the season.
What's available?
I think most of it is available for season 7. So we're going to get through it now, and I'm excited to be back. And you know what? if I wasn't bringing the energy today, I'm gonna fucking be there next week, bro.
And likewise, you know?
No,
Well,
you were hot today.
appreciate that.
You were well researched. You were educational. You were engaged.
I
You
love this feedback, live feedback on the
yeah,
pod.
you were really fantastic, and I just want to give you some positive reinforcement, not only as my co-host, but as my wife. Okay,
I appreciate that,
You really
babe.
brought it today.
Yeah.
and I'll tell you something else. You taught me a thing or two.
And you did a great recap today. I know that's a really hard thing that you got to do, and you crushed it.
Thank you. I actually thought the recap today. I was reading it, and I was like, I gotta my shorthand, my doctor scratch.
Start with. You start doing acronyms, like how I memorize stuff, but then you're reading it and you're like, what is this mean? It's just gibberish.
A713. All right, we're done.
Woo!
Companion Podcast.